This is another video from my Laryngomalacia mamas. So my son is 6 years old. Hypothetically, he should have grown out of his laryngomalacia. I have not yet really come into any material, any videos, anybody else who has dealt with the fact that their son or daughter has not grown out of the laryngomalacia and they still face problems through their younger childhood years. So this is a petition for anybody who might see this video, who's a laryngomalacia parent still dealing with their child's symptoms after 3 years old. I'd love to hear from you directly. It's also a video to spread a little bit of awareness for these children. So my son has been, about a year ago, was diagnosed with asthma. He's chronically has had these kind of attacks in the middle of the night where he cannot breathe, and we've been in the emergency room about 4 times. So after the last time, it was very severe where they had to give him epinephrine through an inhaler in the ambulance, and we had to be transported by ambulance because he needed the treatment immediately. So that kind of shifted the perspective of maybe this isn't croup. That has happened about 3 times. Maybe now this can be asthma. The EMT suggested going to get more testing. He tests negative for all, or whatever you could test for, blood, allergies, allergens. He did test positive for asthma via a pulmonary test, which we are getting a second opinion on. So as he's progressed over the past year of consistently having these flare-ups in his breathing and difficulty, to where we've had to still go on steroids, which the goal of treatment for his asthma has been to not have him have to go on steroids when he has a flare-up. So we've had to go on steroids again like 3 more times throughout the last year, and subsequently his inhalers and his medications keep getting stacked. Well, maybe he needs this, add another inhaler, add another medication, and hopefully that brings his management, his symptom management to a point where he doesn't need the prednisone or the steroid to treat. So I have been feeling like that is not what's going on. So in the doctor's office, when they're constantly kind of going through the classic asthma symptoms with me, I keep saying, no, that's not how it is. He does not cough. He can exercise without having like any asthma attack or too much difficulty breathing. It seems more reactive, and he will say it's in his throat. His throat hurts. His throat feels blocked. That's where it always has started. And that's what I've always been saying to the doctor, that he doesn't complain of like his chest hurting him. He doesn't cough trying to struggle for breath before he has like a super difficult time breathing. It's very reactive. So I was like just having these thoughts and feelings and intuition that now that we're on so many medications for asthma and it's not keeping him out of this zone of not needing the steroid, there's got to be something else going on. I'm almost certain it's his laryngomalacia. Now, 3 years ago, he had his tonsils and adenoids taken out, and we thought that that would help his breathing. It helped the sound of his breathing, so it definitely cleared his airway so he could breathe better. But he was still having these triggers around viruses, around environmental triggers. So recently we went back to an ENT, and they did another scope on him, and it shows that his laryngomalacia is still significantly there. So he has the floppiness of his epiglottis, the cartilage that opens and closes the airway, and the larynx is narrowed significantly. Could he have possibly been a potential candidate for surgery when he was a baby? Probably. A lot of kids get surgery as their babies that have laryngomalacia that need treatment, but the first ENT that I saw said he has moderate laryngomalacia and kind of sent us on our way. And I did not have the knowledge of what that even was. I was struggling with a newborn and a 2-year-old at that time to just try to keep my son breathing, and I was very exhausted because he couldn't sleep, and I was just trying to hold on myself. So second opinions weren't something I was running out to get or had really the knowledge, education, mindset, and strength to kind of do at that time. So fast forward, here we are. Symptoms still persists. Also could be reflux oriented. Reflux could trigger the inflammation. Anytime he has a postnasal drip, which could be for any reason, could be allergies, could be a slight sniffle, it will trigger his difficulty breathing because it causes more inflammation in an already narrowed and not well functioning airway. So where do we go from here? We're going to do a sleep study, and the doctor said we can do a sleep study if you want, and I said absolutely, let's do it. We were supposed to do it when he was 2, although that was before the tonsils and adenoid surgery, and I felt that he did get better after that. But significantly over the last year, things have gotten kind of worse in a way, or more frequent, I would like to say. Because we have prednisone, I think that's kept us out of the ER, which is a blessing. But so from here on out, where we're going is we're going to do a sleep study if he still shows, because I still reposition him as he sleeps, because in certain positions I could hear how it obstructs his breathing. Not as bad as it was when he was a baby, but I still notice, so I would reposition him. And I guess I didn't think that there was a solution. So after the sleep study, we will see if the sleep study shows obstruction, then they will suggest a possible airway revision to help correct the laryngomalacia, which was a surgery he could have had done as a baby. Either way, it's not a fun thing, but I just want to encourage any parent who suspects airway breathing issues with their child to keep getting second opinions, that you know your kid, that sometimes these kids don't grow out of airway malacia as quickly as they should, or what is educated on as like after 2 or 3 they should get better because they grow bigger. And to any parent who is dealing with this or who has dealt with this, please connect with me, and you can find my contact information below on social media. You can make a comment here, and I just know that my airway parents, you guys are warriors, and we're in this together. So keep spreading awareness for airway malacia. This could be laryngomalacia, trachomalacia. If you go to Coping with LM on Coping with LM on I can't even think of it, on Instagram, you will find an amazing resource, team of people that donate to parents and families going through surgeries with their babies, and just offering a lot of education. And I will also put that tag below so it's the right one and not just what I told you. I hope you all have a blessed day.